hang it before the following day. Somebody has removed it. Hi, my loves. Salam. My name is Zainababidoye. If this is your first time stopping by, hi. Welcome back to another video. And if this is your first time stopping by, hi. Thank you for tuning in again. Today, we are going to be doing something a little bit different, something I've actually never done on my channel before. But this is a highly requested video, especially if you follow me on Instagram. I get, whenever I put up like a question and answer tag, I'm always getting questions on, oh Zainab, I'm a student, I don't know how to level up, I want to become independent, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be like, I'm here to answer all your questions in the video. If you can hear some background noise, the AC is on and it's quite hot. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, so please bear with me. So yeah, let's dive into the video. So most of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, I'm going to be using myself as a case study, because I feel like if someone is giving you an advice, you are actually supposed to like look at that person like, do I really want to be like this person when I grow up? Am I comfortable with the life they are living? Do I like the life they are living? So I'm going to be using myself as a case study. I'm not saying I'm perfect. In fact, I'm far from perfection. But currently, I'm 23 years old. I'm going to be 24 in April, which is insane, guys. I can't believe this. Like, it's thinking about it, like, 24, how? I mean, after 24, that's 25. But yeah, it is what it is. So I recently finished serving in from Nigeria. In case you're not watching from Nigeria, but there is a 1 year mandatory service for every graduate in Nigeria, and I finished in October stroke November. So yeah, I'm currently working. So I get a lot of questions from my followers like, I'm in my 20s, I want to be financially independent, I want to level up, I want to be this, I want to move out of my parents' house. Zainab, how did you do it? And all of that. So in this video, I'm going to be answering your questions and also telling you how to go about yours if that's what you want to do. I'm not even with any scripts. I'm not reading from anywhere. So everything I'm going to be talking to you guys about is from my head. So as you can see, I'm a Muslim. I'm the first child of my family. And if you know anything about African families and African parents, you know they can be very, very strict. So here's how I got started and how I became independent at 20 years old. Stay tuned to find out. So I studied at the University of Ilorin, Nigeria. It's in Kwara State, and I gained admission when I was 16. Yeah, when I was 16, I wanted to study nursing science, but they didn't give me. So they gave me agriculture, and I was satisfied with that because I always knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. I always knew right from the start. So when they gave me agriculture, I knew it was going to give me a leverage over my other friends that were studying nursing science, because agriculture would give me time to be able to explore other parts of my passion, like other things that I like. So 100 level was more of like a playground for me because I was making friends, trying to like network. I made a lot of friends in 100 level. Like most of them I don't even talk to them anymore, but yeah, it is what it is. I feel like that's what 100 level is for. Then 200 level, I decided like I think when I was 100 level, my monthly allowance was like 6k to 10k. I think Nigeria wasn't this bad then. I'm not from a very rich family, but I'm also not from a poor background. So at that time, it was okay for me. Now I'm talking of 6 years ago. So Nigeria, the economy wasn't this bad during that time. As I'm telling you guys this, I want you to be like taking notes of all these things. I'm not going to sit down and be like, oh, tips on how to be better. Number one, number two. No. I'm going to be talking to you guys like my sisters or my brothers, so you can learn from what I have to say. So I started like thinking, what can I do to make myself better? What can I do to be a better person? What can I do to be independent of my parents? Because when I was growing up, whenever I had like issues with my parents, or maybe I was disobedient or something, they would threaten to like cut my monthly allowance or even stop giving me. Like, I can't live like this. I have to be independent. I have to like stop depending on these people. And sometimes I don't want to go home. If I'm staying back in school, obviously there will be no monthly allowance. Like, how would I survive? So I started thinking, what do I like to do and what is not available in my region, like where I am currently, what is not available there. Then I thought, Ilori, if you know Ilori very well, there's a lot of fast food restaurants, like they've dominated Ilori. So at that time there was no, I think there was only a restaurant that sold pizza, that was selling pizza at that time, and it was a restaurant at the mall. So I was like, why don't I start selling this? Because one thing about me, I don't like it. I don't like doing things that are common. Like when I know everyone is doing this thing, I just crap it out. Like I don't like it. I don't like being regular, if that's the word. So I decided, okay, let me start making my research. I've never made pizza, I've never tasted pizza, but I also want to like be the first student to be selling this. So I started making research. I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah, I reached out to like a friend to make me a logo. The person did. Then I started, I was even broke. I was a very broke student. I reached out to few people telling them, oh, I want to start this business. I want you to patronize me when I start. Is this something you would buy? Don't forget that I was just 16 years old and I was very broke. I didn't have money. So I used the little that I had. I think it was during our holiday break. So I used, I think 500 naira. I bought like a cup of flour, just little things that I could use for pizza, yeast, tomato paste, everything was about 400 or something. Then I went home and I made the worst pizza ever. Guys, now that I'm thinking about it, it was very bad. But at that time, it didn't feel bad. I made it, I took a picture with my Android phone. I was using an Android then because I was just an only level broke student. Then afterwards, after I like took the picture, I posted it on my WhatsApp. People started ordering and I was shocked. I think I was selling a box of pizza at that time for 1,000 naira. Then I got like 5 orders that particular week and I was happy, like, oh, my parents were very supportive because they, right from start, I had this entrepreneurial skill in me, so they knew I was going to be an entrepreneur some way or the other. Then I used my mommy's oven. I was just using that stuff. I was using their stuff, and before resumption, I was able to gather some money to start. And I got to school and I started selling my pizza. I didn't even own an oven. I just started, and that was just it. I was using pots, like, you know, that sand and pot combination. That was what I was using for my business. So first lesson of this story is you don't have to be perfect to start. You don't have to have everything figured out to start whatever it is that you want to do. So take note of that one. Okay, moving on. I started selling to people. I would go to class sometimes. I really wasn't a fan of going to class. Let me tell you why. Okay, so when I was in school, agriculture, I don't know if you know in learning, but almost schools were like 1,000 in my class, and the class would barely like fit all of us, like especially 100 level and 200 level. That enthusiasm was in us, like, oh, I must go to class, I must go to, everybody wanted to go to class. But I was like, what's the point? I'll go to class, I'll not see anywhere to sit, I'll just collect those later. But I used to go to night classes, I used to go for tutorials. I feel like that helped me a lot. And I'm also I'm also like a very quick, I assimilate very quick, right? So I feel like it's also helped me a lot. So as I was saying, people started getting to know me, like, oh, you sell pizza, let's buy. Oh, like just telling people, and then I started making like little money. I was able to, like, when I started, I didn't really know about saving for raining days. So as I'm making the money, I'm buying things, sometimes things for my business, sometimes just things to eat for myself, because my allowance wasn't enough for me. So I was using the money to like support myself, right? Then eventually there was an opening. I think they organized an event in my school, and then I participated and I won my first oven, like first ever oven. I won. I was so happy, like so excited, like, oh, finally I can be a proper baker. And then that's how my journey started, like everything. Yes, I hope you're not bored. Probably should grab a popcorn and sit tight because it's about to get very, very juicy. So yeah, I got the oven. I started like selling the pizza, small. People were like supporting me. There was a time I met a man. I think he was in his 30s then, or maybe late 20s, I can't remember. Then he reached out, he bought my pizza. He said he really loved it and loved the fact that I was very young. And like thinking about it now, that time I was so happy, like I was getting support. The zeal was in me at that young age. Then people used to tell me how much I inspired them, but I would just be like, what are people talking about? It's not to just sell pizza, it's not to just do business. I had no idea. Then the man like used to buy my pizza a lot. Remember I said I was selling my pizza for 1,015. Then the man used to buy like the highest, which was like 3,500. I later increased the price. So whenever he bought, I was like, I would be so happy. I think I'll use like maybe 1,000 naira, 1,500 to make his pizza, and then I'll get the remaining one. So imagine making that amount, that type of gain, and you can order like twice a week. So whenever he orders, I'm always so happy. Then he said that, what do I need for my business? He wants to invest, blah blah blah. Like, then I told him, and I told him I needed a better phone for my business, so he got me a better phone. It was still an Android, but better than the one I was using before. So second lesson is that when you start, when you don't wait for it to be perfect to start, people will come along the way to help you. People that are even like strangers that you do not know. Sometimes your families might help you, but most times it will come from strangers. I remember one time when I first started, I was going back to school. My mom was like, Zinabi, you are doing so well with your pizza business. Let me support you with this amount. Then she gave me a lot of money, and I was so happy and grateful. So that's just it. When people see that you are serious about what you are doing, they would have no choice but to support you. There are good people out there that would have no choice to support. So you don't have to like start waiting on people like, oh, let this person give me this money to start. Like, you have to like work for it yourself. You have to like be very, very hard work. And it's never too late to start. Don't say, oh, because you are 23, oh, Zainab started at 60. No, start where you are. Start at the age that you are. There are people that started their own at 30 and they are making it. Some people 40, 50. So it doesn't matter. So like that's the second lesson. I hope you are taking note. Then after I started, then I think that time I was in 300 level, right? I was doing it little by little, making my money. I was already getting popular. People were knowing me, Zainab's Pizza, Zainab's Pizza. I was doing there was a lot of struggles. I'm not going to go into that, but just to tell you that it wasn't all rosy. Sometimes I would use my money to make banners. You guys know banners. I will hang it for the following day. Somebody has removed it. My hard-earned money that I worked for. So it was very annoying and frustrating. Like I would cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. So I felt like I had enemies because it didn't happen like once, twice, or twice, like maybe like 4 or 5 times. Like I would just be like, oh, maybe it was a mistake. And I was not like, there was even a time that I went to my school to get like to the security unit to get like approval to hang the banners. I did. The second or third day, they removed it. While I was in my pizza business, the sub-dean of student affairs during that time, I think he saw me. Maybe I wanted to like go and apply for hostel or something, and he took interest in like, oh yeah, this poor girl, you're selling this, and then he started patronizing me, guys. Like sub-dean of my school, he would tell like people, would tell like lecturers, professors, like, oh, this girl, she's my daughter. She sells like, guys. My parents they are not affiliated with my university at all, like at all. Everything was just me, like just me being me, and then I made like that much connection. Do you understand? So that's the third. Is that the third or fourth lesson? That you may not come from money, or you may not come from wealth, but like let it come from you. There's a lot of people I know now. There's lots of connection I've made that my parents never even thought I was going to like get there. Even me myself, I never thought I was going to like be friends with those type of people, or even know those type of people. So take note. Okay, moving on. I was staying in school hostel, all this like 100 level, 200, 300, then in 400 I made up my mind that I don't want to stay in school hostel anymore. I want to experience what it is living outside. And my course, agriculture, was for 5 years. So I still had 2 years left. So 400 level, 500. In 400 level, I moved out of school. I told my parents I wanted to move out. They were like, they're not in support, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'm going to move out. I said, we're not going to give you money if you move out. I told them, don't worry. I sourced for the money myself. I think I did a job. Then the money I made from my pizza business, I got it and then moved out of school. After I did, 400 level is usually for CWS, farm practice, if you are like an agricultural student. So most of our work is not really inside school. We'll do some inside school, but like not, is very, very big. Like I think it's the biggest university in Nigeria. So yeah, when I say inside school, it's not like you enter the gate and then you're inside school. You would let's not even talk about it. So I was staying outside. I was staying outside school, and then eventually I was doing my farm practice. I was doing what we call CWS. Other people call it IT, but we will call it CWS. It's like the same thing, but different names. So as an agricultural student, you're supposed to visit like a farm or or Ministry of Agriculture or a factory, something related to your course. Sure. Then I was like, I want to actually experience this. I do just like go for going sake. Like I want to experience the practical part of my course. Then I started making inquiries. The person that makes my pizza boxes for me, he's a very big man. So I spoke to him and he said he recommended some farms for me, spoke to them on my behalf, and then I got somewhere, like a placement. Then I went there to check it out. I was astonished, like I was in awe of the whole farm. Like, oh, this farm is big. I was so happy. And they were like, oh, you have to stay on the farm. You have to be on the farm. That, oh my god, I'm going to do it. And to be honest, it actually makes sense to be on the farm, because if you know Kwara State well, if you should know enquiry. If you travel from Lagos State down to Ilorin, you would know enquiry. So the farm is even farther than enquiry, but like that's the landmark. So it's very, 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 very far. Then it doesn't make sense to be going and coming every day. So I had to like stop my pizza business for a while and then go to the farm, since it's my education is my primary assignment in school. The business is just like secondary. So like, let me just do it. It's what it's just for 2 to 3 months. And I packed up and left. Meaning I had to like put my business on break. People would text me like they want to buy. Sorry, I'm not available. Then I went to the farm, and that's the plot twist of my life. That's where like everything went like from like, let's say 50 to 100 or 40 to 100, I don't know, guys. So I was on the farm. I was like doing hard labor, things I never thought I was ever going to do. I would cry. I'll call my mom like, I cannot do this again. How am I putting something on my head? I'm like, my mom can be very, very strict. She was like, there's nothing like you're leaving, you have to finish it. She be the one that picked it that you want to do. You have to finish it. And I'm happy she told me. I'm happy she did that. So I was just there. I was at the farm. Then the farm is very, very big, extremely big. Then someday, the owner of the farm, right, he came to the farm. Then he saw me. I think I was 19. Was I 19 or 20 at that time? I think I was 20 years old. Yeah, I was 20 already. Yeah. Then he came, then he saw me, like he picked interest in me, like this small girl, blah blah blah. And he said he wanted to invest in my business, my pizza business, and he did. Then from there I was able to buy a bigger oven, like very, very big. I bought some things that I needed. You know how investments works, right? After like a year or 6 months, you return the money with like extra, like what you've saved up, like ROI and everything. So yeah, that's really like boosted everything. Like it just took me from like 0 to 100, like not really zero. I won't say zero because I was already like established. I had some things before, but like it really like helped me get up. But yeah, I hope you've taken note of another lesson there. That's like the 5th lesson, which means always take, like, don't be scared. When I went to that farm, everybody was blaming like, Zina, what are you looking for? All my friends were like, just do your this thing at Ministry of Agriculture. All of them were doing their own there. There's this and that, is it River Niger Basin or something? I said, I don't like doing the things that everybody is doing. Like everybody is already going there. Why should I go there? I want to be different. And I did. So imagine if I didn't go there, I wouldn't get that investment that literally changed my life. Do you understand? Yeah. So even though the farm was like very stressful, it's still like changed my life. It still helped me. Then after 400 level, 500 level came, I was already like making big game money. I already like bought an iPhone. I already like had an iPhone. My first iPhone, I think I did thrift a job to get it, but it was just like my money. Then I bought the iPhone. I started taking nice pictures of my pizza, and that was when I started my YouTube journey. It wasn't even Instagram I was doing, it was YouTube. I started posting on YouTube, a day in my life, I didn't like Instagram at all. Then I think June of 2022, I traveled out. I went to Ghana, right? I also went for business. I went to learn. I went into the core market. Like I used to stay with the family. I used to follow them to the market. So I learned how things were done there, since I'm an entrepreneur. Then when I was in Ghana, I would post pictures of my adventures there. I was getting more followers. I think one of my pictures went to explore and it was getting a lot of followers. I was like, that was on Instagram. Like, okay, maybe I should go into travel vlogging. Maybe, sorry, travel, is it travel vlog? Not vlogging, but like travel content, yeah. Then I started posting like my content on Instagram, and from there I started getting more followers. Guys, that's how I started. It's not like, oh, I just started posting. No, things don't like, except you come from money. Even people that came from money, let me use Temi Otedola for example. She did like 10 years in the industry kind of thing. I think she posted it last week. Even though she came from money, when I started following her, she was at I think 140,000 followers. Now she's like 2 million plus. I followed her like way before, maybe like 2019 or 2020, before she even started, before she did that citation movie. For you to know that it doesn't just like come, you don't just like wake up. Even if you are from money, you still have to like put in the work. And now, if you are not from money, you also still have to put in the like extra work. Do you understand? I'm not from money, but we are also not like big, we are not suffering, we are like a middle class family. But still, I knew I had to like, I'm the first child, I have to like be a successful person for my siblings. I have 3 siblings from my mom. So, I have to like, my parents will grow old, right? Even though they may not ask, it's not like I'm taking care of my parents, like my family now. But still, sometimes I still do, like, because I feel like, oh, my sister might call me, Auntie Zainab, I want this, I want to give me, you have to like send, you have to like take care of them, because that's why you are the elderly one. So I hope I've been communicating since. So if you want to like be I won't say I've made it. I've not even, I think when, let's say like making it to like 100%, I think I'm at like 40% or even 30%, because this is just like the beginning for me. I still have a long way to go. I still have like goals that I've set for myself for 2025 and even like coming years. I want to hit a certain amount of followers on Instagram, a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube. I'm talking of subscribers. If you've not subscribed to my channel right now, go and subscribe. If you watch this part and you've not subscribed, go and subscribe right now. Like, just press the button. Okay, good girl or boy. So that's just it, guys. That's what you need. You don't have to like write down. See, people, yeah, it's okay to do like, it's okay to follow all those motivational aspects, like, oh, wake up at 7 a.m, do kineko. It's okay. But if you're not putting in the effort, if you don't have the mindset of, I want to change my life, I want to like get up and become a better person. If you like do 7 a.m and if you like wake up at 7 a.m, or if you wake up at 5 a.m, if that mindset, if you don't change it, and if you're not consistent, you will just like be perambulating in the same cycle. Do you understand? It doesn't matter whether people are making jest of you. Like, you don't feel like it's cringe. It's not cringe. Don't allow anybody to make you feel stupid. When I started my pizza business that time, I'm using my pizza business as reference because it's literally like what changed my life. I'm not even going to lie. It may not be what gave me like millions of naira. I'm not a millionaire, but it's actually like changed my life. And if you like watch this video like very, very well, extensively, you understand why I said that. So when I started, a lot of people were like, why, what's your problem? Focus on school. Focus on your school. What are you doing? Are your parents saying like, are they tired of taking care of you? Like, a lot of criticism, like, a lot of things that I went through. There was a time I got robbed, it took my phone. I still did not stop because of that. I was bullied. I had roommates that were bullying me, that hated me. I still did not stop, because imagine if I stopped, what would have been my story today? Like, where would I have been? With a lot of people that we started together, now they don't even have a job, and now I don't even need a job. Even from my influencing alone, right? Sometimes when I was doing my NYSC, the amount of salary, the workplace I was working, the salary I was getting, I make it like a day sometimes in influence, or even more than that. So imagine if I didn't start, guys. And some people will still like kill to even get this job that I have, that I was like, if whether I get my salary or not, I would survive. My salary is not even I'm not surviving on my salary. So and that's because I started early. And sometimes I even wish I wish I had put in more effort than I did when I started. Wallahu alam, God knows the best. God knows best. God knows best. So I don't want this video to be too long. It's already too long. It's like 19 minutes already. But yeah, I really hope you guys have learned a thing or two. If you want to learn how to like start content creation, how to become an influencer, how to create like aesthetically pleasing videos, I have a class coming up on the 27th of January to 29th of January. It's a Google Meet class. I'm going to put the flyer here if you would like to sign up for it. It's just 20,000 naira if you want. If you are interested, 2025 is just starting, and I'm sure everybody wants to like be a better version of themselves, but you don't know how to get started. You're a student, you're in school, blah blah blah. I'll teach you everything. I'll literally hold your hand, tell you everything I did to hit the amount of followers I have, to create the beautiful pictures. This cloth I'm wearing is sponsored. It's from this brand, Levi's. You guys know they are very, very popular. They make jeans, they make clothes. Sponsored. I got it for free. If you want to know how to get free PR packages and also get paid, you will learn everything in that class. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far, and I hope you've learned one or two. When I started this video, I didn't know the path it was going to go. I just wanted to like talk to my girls and my brothers, if there is any guy watching this video. So yeah, I hope you've learned a thing or two, and let me know if you would love more of this type of videos on my channel. I'll be glad to create more of this type of videos. If you also have any other suggestions of the type of video you would want to see on my channel, please drop it in the comment section. I would be waiting for you. Don't forget to subscribe this video if you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to share it to maybe like your younger sister or friend that you feel like they want to also like they want to follow my path. Don't forget to share it to them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.